Alright, let's try this again. Welcome to Nerd of the Noob, episode 46, The Real Man of Steel. Hello!
Hello.
Welcome to the show! If you
If
didn't catch the beginning, this is Nerd of the Noob. My name is Greg. I am your nerd.
I am
Michael.
I am Michael.
And you're the noob.
And I'm the noob. Wow.
We just hired a new intern.
My script is off. Reverse scroll.
You watch that way too much.
I don't really do.
If you've never been to the show before, this is the place where we talk about anything in the world that is generally nerdy. We'll get into detail about some of it, but, for the most part, we're just going to tear into Vin Diesel.
Can somebody please take that audio and put that in something that Greg wants to tear into Vin Diesel and then email it to him? Or tweet it to him?
Damn it, this is as bad as the Peter Parker one.
Peter Parker.
Anyway.
I would,
Thank you, Fraggles.
For those of you that are new, this is a live show, so we are talking to a chat. We've got lovely people in the chat. Hello, lovely people. And so we may interject with theirs in here. Their words and their wisdom and their...
With theirs?
Shut up. I've apparently been drinking a little tonight.
We normally start the show with our weekend chat explosion, which really just what did we do this weekend. I worked an F-ton.
I went to Mama's, and my nieces and nephews all loved me, which is unusual.
It is.
Usually the nephew loves me, but the nieces are scared the hell out of me.
Which is weird, because you used to use my son as a football.
I did a little bit this time, too. But my nieces, who are turning 3 and 2. Yes, 3 and 2. Because I commented about their sizes, because they were, they look like mini each other's.
They are. Really
funny. But they were very clingy. Like Gina had one of the Ari. Mm-hmm. Ari got slept on Gina for an hour and a half, just passed out. And then we came home. Oh, another great bit of news. Apparently, Bank of America likes to totally just take your credit cards and turn them off.
Yeah, I was in the car for that.
Oh no! Now we have no access to our bank account right now because the temporary card that they gave Gina has now stopped working. God help me! We had these credit cards.
Look at the smile
to buy a Big Mac at McDonald's. Damn it! Other than that, I didn't do much. Carrie's weekend was Carrie's birthday, so we want to say happy birthday to Carrie.
It will be our cousin's birthday, Jonathan Bradley. He's in the chat on the 30th, so on Tuesday.
So happy birthday, Jonathan. And on Wednesday, it'll be our 28th birthday, so happy birthday to you. We make ourselves laugh.
We're giggly today.
Otherwise, in the weekend chat explosion, we've got an announcement. We have decided that you guys don't talk nearly enough on Facebook. And we have started a forum. Now, it's still technically under construction, but it is at nerdandthenoob.niceboard.com. And you can go and nerd away and argue people. And the one big section for me that I'm really excited about is there's an actual review section. And so if you want to review a movie, if you want to review a comic book,
if you want to review a box of Legos.
Please don't. Oh, God, we're going to get 16 Lego reviews now. So I reviewed Teen Titans Volume 1 by Scott Lordell, Brett Booth,
Lobdell,
and that's what I said.
That's a B.
And Norm.
That is
Rathmund.
not anywhere near an R.
And it was really good. I did a review on that. I thought my review was really nice. But nobody has commented on it. Although Greg's review of Hawkeye
Volume 1
has a response on it, and Les's review of Judge Dredd 3D has a response on it. So I'm just saying I don't feel the love.
You might after they may just decide to troll the hell out of you.
So yes, so please everybody go to nerdandthenoob.niceboard.com and sign up for that. We are currently in the works on a web page so that we can get all of this in one spot and we can just send you to one place. I know it gets confusing, but dear God, trust us, it'll be fun. We've got some cool looking things going on there that I think you're gonna like.
It was mentioned a couple of months ago that we start doing our own long form stuff, reviews and articles and things like that. For now,
This is where it's going.
the forum is where all that stuff is going to go.
We tried Reddit and that failed horribly.
Yeah.
Twitter, you don't have as many characters. Facebook is great, but Facebook is not. It doesn't create a sense of conversation.
If you don't make it small enough to go in the box without having to click more, no one ever clicks more.
Yeah, I mean, so it's like, yeah, it's so, you don't get that conversation style going. So we thought we'd keep the Facebook page for updating with news and still talking and arguing about that. But when we want to get really just down and dirty and nerdy, ooh, we're going to get down and dirty nerdy. I need a shirt that says that. Somebody save that, please. I'm going to forget about that. Also, if you're not a nerd and you just enjoy these podcasts for some reason, we do have like a gaming section in there.
PC and
PC and console. And I am told that if it is needed, we will put a off-topic section in there if you want to go in and talk about football and
by the way,
football.
For you ladies out there that love to talk your lady stuff.
This would be a great place.
50 Shades of Grey and all that good stuff. Throw it in there because we talk about it. We got a lady on the staff.
Yeah, I'm sure she'll talk about that.
So throw it on there.
So we got all kinds of good stuff going on that. We apparently also have a feedback section in there, and essentially what that means is we want your feedback. So go in there and leave us notes. Is there something you'd like to see different?
Is there
something we do every week that you just don't like?
If there's a comic book you want us to read, if there's a game you want us to actually play, things that we can try to do or, anything like that, let us know.
And yes, Freckles in the chat is saying, I'd rather talk about Song of Ice and Fire. I'm good with that too.
Wait, no. For that, you're supposed to do this.
No, that is not even close.
Is it not that? Yes, it was.
You don't know what book she's talking about.
Wrong one.
You just totally screwed that up.
I screwed that up.
What book were you talking about?
I was talking about Catching Fire.
Uh-huh.
You were talking about Game of Thrones.
Uh-huh.
That one would be this.
Wow. What?
My bad!
What a jerk.
I don't do Game of Thrones because if I get sucked into another TV show, my life is over.
It's actually really good. Tyrion is my favorite character.
I don't have time!
He's the little midget guy. What's his name? He's going to be an X-Men? I can't remember what his name is because I'm not good about that stuff. But he is my favorite. Love it. For a while there, I was like, okay, fine, I'll watch it for the boobs. Okay, there's boobs.
Oh, I know there's boobs.
Okay, the boobs have kind of dried up, which is a funny saying as soon as I said it.
Thank you, Freck.
But the boobs, there's not a whole lot of boobage scenes anymore. But that's okay, because honestly, that part got boring. I was like, okay, let's get on with the story. I wanted to, let's move it. Come on, move it on.
How old are you when you get bored with boobs, ladies and gentlemen?
Shut up. Oh, never, apparently. I don't know. Let me tell you, speaking of boobs, when you're in a pool...
That's the shirt I want. Let me tell you, speaking of boobs.
When you're in a pool with a bunch of people, and there's this chick who she's topless, and she's on another guy's shoulders.
Do you not want to throw things at her?
I don't know whether to look or awkwardly look away. Do I feel... Am I supposed to feel bad if I'm looking at her and she kind of gives me a stare and goes, "What are you doing?" But there's like...
No.
60 other people in the pool?
No. You are not allowed to be playing the chicken game on top of someone's shoulders in a pool with your top off and not expect everyone to look.
Right, I got that. But what if I'm like the only guy that is suddenly finding this interesting and I'm just staring? I mean, I always feel like
you wave.
No.
You wave and then you go on about your
I always end up feeling like that 30-year-old, which is damn near close.
Do we have a podcast?
Basement nerd. Basement nerd. And he's suddenly seeing boobs, and he's like, I don't know what to do. Should I look at the boobs? I want to look at the boobs. Oh, she looked at me. Oh my God! Don't look away. Look away. Oh, she's not looking anymore. Boobs. So, just saying,
Point behind her. That's my favorite. Just go, oh, not you. Sorry, right?
I totally lost the whole thread of this conversation in my head. I know I was talking about boobs, but apparently I like not having a time frame. So right now, because this show is making me giggle so far. So are you gonna kick me into the different stuff?
We're gonna go into the
but I was having so much fun.
I'm sure you will. But
Les says he takes pictures. If they are out, they are public view. And amen. Amen to that.
Amen to that. Oh, okay, fine.
Wait, are we talking about boobs again?
I have a boob story.
Okay, boob story. Go ahead.
I was at work.
Wait, you sit down in an office.
Shut up.
Okay.
We have recently had discussions about what is proper and not proper at work.
I'm thinking showing your boobs, not proper.
Not proper.
Okay.
Someone comes in with a dress. Boob window.
Oh, one of the ones that's got like from here to the neck and here to the down, and there's a square cut.
Yeah, it's the weekend, but still, the first thought in my mind was not even. It was. Is that appropriate? Because I can't wear shorts.
And you were talking about me being old. And the first thing you think when you see a girl with a boob window on is you say, "Is that appropriate? Are you 60?" I mean...
Okay, we have to move into the show.
Are you sure this is gold right here.
We have to move into the show. We have now spent 15 minutes on the weekend chat.
Have we really spent 15 minutes? What's our time? Can I get a producer? Where's my producer? Can I get a time, please? I'm smacking my hand like it's my
okay.
watch.
I don't have a watch either. Who carries a watch, really?
I don't know, but apparently the chat box is going nuts because we're talking about boobs.
Not timing anything.
Well, what time is it? Greg, where's your... I got a phone. Hang on.
It is 8:40.
Okay, we've spent almost 15 minutes talking about boobs. All right. Yeah, we apparently... Normally before the show, we go through and we have a meeting and we go, okay, we're going to do time... We're going to do this many minutes for this section, this many minutes for this section, so we can move it along. Last week, that was very tough because we were already exhausted. This week, I'm not tired.
But we didn't have time to do it.
But I didn't get home... apparently,
in our meeting.
Apparently I continued to
You
show
were
my crotch. The
standing
camera,
in
where
front
the
of
camera
camera.
was standing, I was standing in front of it, and I essentially had a Nerd the Noob tattoo. Where this window is where my crotch was. So yeah, for those of you listening to the audio, that's not going to make any sense. So let me tell you, if you just listen to the audio and you want to see us be very visual, because you don't know what I'm doing right now, do you? You have no idea. I could be doing something dirty. You should probably go to youtube.com/nerdandthenoob and watch these episodes every week.
We're really dirty this week.
I'm enjoying it.
We might have to put explicit on this one just because it's weird.
I will forget to. You'll have to remind me. All right, so we're going to move into the Adamantium Box because this is our... Oh, I guess we should get this part over with. This is our Wolverine-themed show, right? Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
now we did a Superman-themed show a couple weeks ago because of the movie.
The problem with this...
We did not have time to watch the movie.
Nope.
I wanted to see it. I actually, by the time the last trailer came in, I actually wanted to see it. I know I said several months ago when I saw the first trailer.
I haven't been interested in any of the trailers since they came out.
I said, blah. No, I don't want to. No. I didn't want to see it. But now,
Reading some reviews.
I want to see it.
The source said girls went and saw it.
I still don't like the really skinny Asian chick they've got for the main Japanese girl.
Apparently she doesn't, portray how badass she is.
I just don't like her because she's too damn skinny. Could they not have chosen, somebody... I mean, she gotta have no boobs.
Really? Full circle?
They were saying no more boob talk, so I thought I'd throw that in there as a curveball. And so this is our show. We're doing this show in honor of the Wolverine release.
So it's Wolverine Week.
Isk.
No, it's Wolverine Week Snikt.
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 So yeah, I kind of forgot about it, but
I didn't forget. There was no chance, not a chance in hell I was going to get to go this week.
all right. So we're gonna move on to what we call the long box. This week it's called the Adamantium Box because, I mean, come on. And we're gonna start out with what is Wolverine made of? Okay,
The
technically, Wolverine's made out of skin, flesh, bone, water, boobs,
Gonna keep this going.
leg hair.
I'm gonna have to retitle the name.
He's
of the
probably got a
episode.
few toenails, maybe.
The answer in our show notes today is adamantium, an indestructible metal alloy in the Marvel Comics universe. It is best known for being the substance bonded to the character Wolverine's skeleton and bone claw.
Now, I have a strange question.
Okay.
So I was reading something the other day. Apparently, he's had his adamantium removed.
Yes, Magneto took it out years ago.
Ow.
Yeah.
Now, my other question...
According to the cover, very painful.
Well, that and, like, I was showing it because I think it was on a graphic. It's probably down here in the short box or something. And it was showing, like, he had screwed up his face and all this stuff.
Well,
okay.
Who's
now, here's my
drawing it,
question.
yeah.
I think I read something along the lines of, they didn't even, like, bother saying why he got it back. I think they just dropped the whole storyline. Because he had bone claws that didn't grow back. Now, correct me if I'm
completely
wrong.
honest, I have no idea how he got his adamantium back.
So that's strangeness to me. But
I
here's
will
another
say
question.
That the bone claw thing was like a retcon years later. Also, they were originally supposed to come out here for years, and now they come out between the fingers.
Right.
And you just got to think, that's a sensitive skin area.
No. I got that. But here's another question, though. Okay, so he originally had bone claws, right? Those things were not shaped like...
Yes, he was a mutant from birth, yes.
Right, but those things are not shaped like blades.
No, they're circular.
Okay. How does that equate to adamantium blades? I mean, out of his entire body, how does... Like, everything... I'm sorry, if I'm going to sculpt something into a specific piece and I'm getting adamantium, I'd probably sculpt different parts first.
Okay, fine. I'll throw this question to you then.
Okay.
How the hell do you fit a 4-foot-long blade into someone's arm?
Wait, who are we talking about?
The movie Deadpool?
Oh. Well,
how did...
No. I mean...
No.
No?
No.
Ooh, better question. Where do his bone claws go?
They go in and then kind of do this, so they hang out like right here.
Oh, they go like all the way in his arm?
I would assume so.
Well, then how the hell do they come out so quick? Because he just goes shing and they're out. No. I'm sorry, what's the noise?
Schnicked.
Okay. Schnicked and they're out? How do you... I don't understand how those get out so quick.
We have an imagery picture from the cousin. We have to.
Okay. But, I mean, seriously, where do those things go? What do we got? It's the Asian chick, but she kind of looks like the sloth from Ice Age. I like it. It agrees with me. So yeah, I mean, are his claws kind of like one of those pins that, depending on which angle you're at?
What do they call it? Crap. Suspension of disbelief.
Yeah, I totally disbelieve.
Wait, you have to suspend the disbelief.
Here's a better question. If they don't go all the way in his arm, wouldn't he cut his wrist every time he bent?
Why are you poking holes in this, man?
I'm just saying.
One of the greatest characters in Marvel history, and you are straight up poking holes.
Sadly, I've never actually thought about this. Why did I get kicked out?
I don't know.
This happens again. I get kicked out of my own document. I swear I need to change my password. Is what it is. I'm not quite sure what the password is.
We are out of the document. Free flow!
We were already free flow. If you don't think that was free flow, then you have an issue to begin with.
How far do you know that his healing factor goes? Because I've seen a bizarre one.
Okay, it depends on if you're talking movie or non-movie.
Just in general.
If you're talking like the movie, I mean...
The Phoenix thing?
He was pretty much gone.
In one of the comic books, he gets annihilated by a bus. And I don't just mean like, I'm wrecked.
Okay.
I mean like body parts spread.
Uh-huh.
And off screen you hear him going... And someone just looks and goes, he'll be alright in a minute.
Okay, here's a better question. And I don't know the answer to this. What is the extent of his healing ability? If he were to, say, be atomized. Big word.
There has to be something left of it.
I got that. But if he were, let's say, 98% of his body were atomized. Let's say the only thing that was left was a fingertip.
He would grow
Would his body grow out of that finger? So his healing ability is more like a...
Regeneration?
DNA replication.
Okay.
So he's got DNA memory
You were digging
in
really deep in this.
in every cell he's got, and he would suddenly become like he could grow out of a pinky. But then you have to start asking yourself, what of the soul of a person? Ooh, good question. Freckles asked, would he regenerate? He would regenerate. Would he regenerate with or without the adamantium?
If he was hit hard enough?
Like if it was his finger.
If the adamantium is removed, he would regenerate without it.
Okay.
If it isn't removed, chances are he's going to regenerate around it.
Oh, that would feel weird, I'm sure. That would feel weird.
Because his mutant ability is not the claws or anything like that. Well, I mean, that's a mutant ability. His main one is the healing factor, which is why he's Old Man Logan at some point.
That's true. That's true. All right, so the next thing we've got up here, because we're going to go apparently on every tangent of the night. The next thing we've got on our docket here says Wolverine's time in film.
This is very short-lived, and yet the man
is a billionaire at this point, I think.
Yeah.
Hugh Jackman in every major motion picture for X-Men. X-Men in 2000, X2 in 2003, X-Men The Last Stand in 2006,
X-Men Origins Wolverine in 2009, First Class in 2011, by the way, best appearance he ever had, I think. When they tried to recruit
they just
him,
flipped him off?
when it, off.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And the Wolverine in
It just came out?
2013, it's just come out, and he's already been cast and done part of his parts in Days of Future Past. He has also recently said that that's his role. They will pry it from his cold dead body.
See, there's a problem. What happens when Hugh Jackman can't do this anymore?
When he can't get...
Yeah, I mean, because
When he
eventually
can't bulk up.
Wolverine is a bulked... I mean, I guess they stopped showing him with just a wife beater on. I mean, maybe they finally do throw him in the yellow and black or blue. Is it blue? It's blue, isn't it?
It's a lot of colors.
Okay. Jonathan has got a good idea.
Old
Old Man
Man
Logan movie.
Yeah.
So maybe come back in 10 years and it's Old Man Logan. That's not necessarily old, but still. And Freckles also says First Class equals best X-Men movie, period.
Agreed.
I loved every bit of that. Although I did see a hole that somebody talked about.
What?
In one of the original X-Men movies, they showed that Charles and Magneto, I can't remember his name. Eric split ways when they were older, like in their 50s.
They go back and forth like all the damn
better
time.
thing then. Then at one point they also showed that he was walking. Like when they met Jean Grey, Charles was walking. But if you go back to First Class, Charles gets shot in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore not walking.
I don't think...
Just don't read it. Don't read it, just go. The chat's getting to him.
Train of thought is completely lost. No, Vin Diesel should not be Old Man Logan.
I may have to fix that.
I don't even know what we were talking about at this point.
I was talking about the inconsistencies with the movies.
That's the whole point. I don't... First Class was not meant to be a true prequel.
But, okay, so here's a better question. Do you think that... Is it Sony that's got them, or Fox? Fox considers First Class to be the starting point, then?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you're thinking?
I'm thinking now they do. I think they realized all the plot holes they gave the X-Men movies from the 2000 era.
See, here's the problem. If they're going to do that, then they can't use the Wolverine movie, because in the Wolverine movie, Jean Grey from the original X-Men movies is actually in it in a backflash thingy.
Flashback. I do that all the time. Secondly, your brain is eventually going to explode if you try to figure out why Fox did all this.
My brain already hurts a little bit. Boobies! Okay, sorry. Boobs brought me back. That is a long list. Okay, so how many years is that so far? He's been playing Wolverine for 13 years.
Yeah, probably more like...
See, wait a minute.
Probably more like closer to 15, because that was released in 2000.
Hey. You hear that, Robert Downey Jr.? 13 years. 13, and you're bitching about Iron Man after 3 movies. 4. Sorry.
Tangent!
Was that a little much? Okay, so I guess we're going to move on to the next thing.
The next section. And all of this was put together, again, by our producer, our cousin Les. And so we kind of let him go free.
All right, so this is called...
No!
This is called Robert... Oh, freaking hell, I'm reading too much stuff. This is called Wolverine's Women, and it's from comicvine.com. The many women who have been romantically linked with Logan.
Or James Howlett.
I don't know that name. So we're going to say Logan. So we've got, I'll read the first one and then so on and so on.
Okay.
Then we got Rose O'Hara, Logan's childhood companion. She is the first girl he ever loved. Though she loved Logan, it was not a romantic love. She had fallen for another man. During a fight with a dog, or with dog is what it says, another of Logan's childhood companions, she falls on Logan's claws and is killed. Oh, that's so sad. Poor little girl.
Sorry, read the second one. I want to read the third one.
Okay. The second one...
Holy crap!
That was... The second one says Silver Fox. Logan fell in love with Silver Fox in the early 1900s. They lived together in a small cabin in the Canadian Rockies. Is that the chick from the movies?
Yes.
Or from the Wolverine movie?
Yes.
Not the Wolverine, but the origin one.
Yes.
Wow, that was not the early 1900s. On Logan's birthday, she is raped and presumably killed by Sabretooth. Well, that part totally fits, mostly. The two lovers would later be reunited in the Weapon X program. Due to their memories being tampered, neither would remember the other. That, again, also works. Later, on their memories of their time together... as their memories of their time together emerge, and they are reunited, only to have Sabretooth kill Silver Fox for real this time.
Because he's a bitch.
So she was a real person.
Yes.
I didn't know that. Boobies. Okay. Go ahead.
You were killing me with this week.
I'm enjoying it.
I wanted to say the name Itsu, but it kind of looks like Itza. No.
That's the only reason you wanted to read
Bringing
this.
it back to Fifth Element.
It's
No. Because it was a bomb. All the alarms are goth.
Really? A Chris Tucker line? Do it again.
I can't. I'm not even...
It's.
No. It was
Okay.
a bomb.
Wait. All right, you got to do one more line. Go for it.
I am the law.
Okay, now read your thing.
All right, fine.
In that voice.
Following World War II. I can't do
Why
it.
did you sound so weird at the end of that? Okay. Following World War II, Logan meets Itsu, a Japanese woman, and the two fall in love and are married. Is she in this movie?
No, I don't know.
Itsu soon conceives a son. Logan returns to home to Itsu one day, only to find her murdered. He believes their unborn child to be dead, but the boy had been cut from his mother's womb and would become the mutant Daken.
Who became Wolverine in the Dark Avengers saga.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never heard of Daken, so...
Madam Hydra. Viper blackmailed Logan into marrying her for reasons of her own. Fortunately for Logan, the marriage didn't last long. But knowing Logan, I bet that was consummated.
Probably. I can't even say this one.
Atsuko.
Okay, go for it.
Atsuko, yet another Japanese girlfriend of Logan's. She ended up the same way as the previous. Dead.
Okay, I'm pretty sure people should just stop dating him. They all die. We got Cassie Lathrop, an agent of the ATF. Logan is a part of one of her cases. They spend a few nights together. I bet you she died eventually.
How long is this list? Let's pick out some good ones here.
Read that one.
Which one?
Charlemagne.
Why am I reading Charlemagne?
Just because it's Charlemagne.
Oh, I'm reading Jean Grey here.
Fine.
Jean, considered by some to be the love of Logan's life, she kept him dangling on a hook for years. They shared a kiss here and there, but she was never willing to leave Scott for him. She was selfish, keeping him in her thrall, but never letting him be the main man in her life. I've never heard it described like that. Bravo.
More Japanese. Rogue! Although never acting on their mutual attraction beyond a kiss or two, they have definite chemistry. I agreed. I thought, she always looks smoking hot. If they could get Anna Paquin to look like that, I would have to put new posters up
If
in
they
my
just
room.
put Anna Paquin in the green and white suit, I'd love it.
You think? I don't know if she's got the butt to fill it out.
She got the body now, though. Because, I mean, come on. She's a pixie.
She's a pixie.
I know this stuff by proxy. I have no clue.
There you go. There's another one.
Here's a good one. Mystique. Mystique and Logan first met in 1921.
How old is that woman?
I don't know, but you gotta think her true form is just weird. And their relationship has gone from friendship to love and to a betrayal. Exact details of the cycle are unknown. It is interesting to note that in the House of M, the two were lovers, though whether this was Mystique's desires manifesting or not is unclear. That was a really cool book. House of M, very cool.
Also, I know, you've read it, I've not.
Also, they throw Spider-Man through some shit in that.
We got Storm. In the Ultimate Universe, Storm and Logan share a brief romantic relationship. He rejects her, though, after a passionate kiss, saying he's too old for her. She then brings up his affair with the then underage Jean, and he claims it is different because Jean is an old soul like him. On Earth 9811, Logan and Storm are married and have a daughter, Kendall, a.k.a. Torrent.
Okay, scroll down. We'll skip these two.
I like that one. Read that one.
Black Cat.
Mm-hmm.
In the Marvel Mangaverse, Logan flirts with Felicia. At one point he says, I've always been a sucker for a girl with a nice set of claws.
We got Elektra in the MC2 continuity, whatever that means. Logan and Elektra are married and have a daughter, Rena, a.k.a. Wild Thing. Banana. Wild Thing. That's probably not the way that goes.
Not even close to the thing, but okay.
Boobies.
Okay, this one's surprising. Red Sonja. In What If Wolverine had battled Conan the Barbarian, Logan is transported to Sonja's reality. Once there, he defeats Red Sonja and becomes her mate. Can I be her mate?
Let's see. Let's go with...
Let's look at the bottom of the list.
Well, that one's boring. There's nothing there.
Okay, the last one they have then.
With words?
Yes. Snowbird. He had a brief relationship. That's all it says!
We can go to Lady Deathstrike. In Marvel Mangaverse, it is hinted that he and Yuriko were once lovers.
She's a creepy woman.
Is she?
Creepy woman.
So that's a cool list. They've also got Domino and Logan have had a sexual relationship in the past, but has never developed into emotional intimacy. I mean, it's Domino. I'd do her. Really?
Because she could kill you 9 ways from Sunday.
Yeah, but how exciting would that be? I don't want to die! Yes, I did just make that noise on camera.
Alright, so let's see here. The next thing he found was the teams that Wolverine has been
So in other words,
involved
if
in.
you have read...
Just trivia before it gets there. What was Wolverine's first appearance? You don't have to have the number. Where did he first appear?
It was not an X-Men comic, was it?
It was not.
Okay. So if it wasn't X-Men... He wasn't an original X-Men, right?
No.
Okay.
The original X-Men were...
Well, I'm trying to think of the big names back then. You had like Spider-Man.
Nope.
X-Men.
Nope.
Avengers.
No. He first appeared in Hulk.
Well, okay, that makes sense. He had to battle somebody.
We have an Imgur picture.
I know. Gotta go look at this. Says he works alone, joins every team. Amen to that crap. Alright, so these are the teams. I'm going to scroll through
Holy
it. Oh my god.
crap.
We're going to read all of these. Cause
we're not going to read the descriptions of all of them.
2 pages.
But we're going to read the names. So do 5 and then I'll do 5.
Alright, so I'll read the ones I want to read. Alright, so we got Agents of Atlas, Alpha Flight, Avengers. Apparently he joined the New Avengers 2005. Wow, not as early as I thought he would. Avengers Unity Squad and
sounds like a clubhouse.
Confederacy of Dunces.
Okay, read that one.
Wolverine teamed up with Daredevil and Spider-Man to take down the Punisher. Wolverine had not gotten over Frank Castle shooting his balls off with an Uzi and running him over with a steamroller and wanted revenge against the Punisher.
Okay, if anyone knows what that comic is, I want it. I want that comic.
Really? Wow.
Alright, next up we've got the Cosmic Champions, the Hearts of Darkness, Heralds, Horsemen of Apocalypse, And Howling Commandos.
He was a Howling Commandos in the television show Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Earth's Mightiest Heroes?
You up the L up. He was apparently part of Hydra. At some point, wow, really?
He was an invader. He was part of an international holding company called Landau, Luckman, and Lake.
I can see it now. Wolverine, suit and tie. Listen, hostile takeover means hostile. You know what? Screw it. I'll go kill the guy. He was in Marvel Werewolves.
Marvel Zombies, by the way, really good book. Like, weird.
People keep telling me, but no.
It's so funny.
New Avengers, New Defenders, New Fantastic Four. Really? Can't they just, like, reboot it and call it Fantastic Four? Wait a minute. In the New Fantastic Four, were Spider-Man, Wolverine, Hulk, and Ghost Rider. That had to have been a horrible book. Where the New Fantastic Four, though the team was effective, they were all loners at heart, and thus the team quickly split. They would later reunite to take on the original FF when Johnny Storm was wanted for arson.
Who would thought the guy that turns into fire is wanted for arson?
Really? Just wow.
Part of the Outlaw Avengers, the Red Guard, SHIELD.
I knew about that one.
The Secret Defenders, and the Superhero Squad. Sorry, I like that. It's funny.
Team X. Team X was a CIA Black Ops team in the 60s. The members of Team X were wiped of their memories after each mission. When the team was disbanded, Weapon X gathered them and used them as test subjects. I'm guessing that's the guys from the origin story.
Possibly.
Like, roughly?
The Black Legion, the Hand, the Pack, the Vilox.
Time-plucked Titans. 4 superheroes plucked from different realities by Immortus to defeat the Timekeepers.
Okay.
Weapon Plus. We got a second page here.
Weapon X.
Weapon X again. Wolverine Squad. A team entirely comprised of various versions of Wolverine. I have to read this. Seriously. Find me number 1 of the Wolverine Squad. Anybody. Go find it. If it's on Comicology, let me know. He was in X-Force, which is, they're talking about having him in the new movie.
Mm-hmm.
X-Men.
He joined in giant-sized number 1, which was released in 1975.
And Extreme Sanctions Executive.
Founded by Storm and the United Nations, the XSE is charged with keeping the peace between humans and mutants. Yeah, I bet they did a fantastic job, too.
That is a cool list.
Holy crap. Wait. Go to the doc. Does he have the aliases? Because they're all right there.
Oh, they're right here. We skipped them. No, we didn't. They're next.
They got way more over here. Go to the Wolverine teams again. Scroll.
No,
okay, no, I guess we got about the same.
Wait, what was his... Let's see. Does it say his powers in here? We know his powers. Whoa. Oh, here we go. Agility... Attractive male. How is that a power? Berserker strength, claws, escape artist, feral, healing, immortal, implants, leadership. I think he's only immortal because of the healing.
Yes.
Longevity, which is the same thing as immortal.
Stamina,
stealth, super hearing, super sight,
super smell, super strength, swordsmanship, tracking, unarmed combat, and weapon master.
Well, when you're several hundred years old, you become...
It is not, and no shiny vampires, that is not a power.
Yes, it is.
Shiny vampires is not... Alright, fine. I want to introduce the shiny vampire world to Blade.
That'd be pretty funny. Alright, so now we're going to move into Wolverine's aliases.
James Howlett.
I don't know that one.
That's who he actually is.
So why is his name Logan?
You know, loses his memory, they call him Logan.
Okay. So we got Logan, Agent 10, Black Dragon.
Brother Xavier.
Captain Canada.
Wait!
I have a new name. Call me Captain Canada. Eh?
Captain Terror.
Death.
Oh, I like this one. Hello, my name is Emilio Gara. Sneak.
Experiment X.
Fist of Legend.
Really? Hawkeye?
Hooded Man.
Jim Logan.
John Logan.
Mutant number 9601.
Patch. I've seen that one.
Why is he called Patch?
I don't remember why, but I've seen it.
Okay. Peter Richards.
Favorite one right here. Revolto the Clown.
And Weapon X.
What's your favorite out of the list?
Probably Captain Canada.
How boot now?
Just go.
Okay. I think...
I'd have to say Captain Canada is my favorite.
Really? I like it when they call him Patch.
What do they call him Patch for?
I don't remember. I've seen it. I've seen it, but you know.
All right, so the next thing we've got is kind of a picture. We're just going to look through it real quick. It's an infographic. The evolution of Wolverine infographic.
No, we'd have to show this one later.
Let me look at it. Oh, it just shows like the differences, how he looked throughout the years. I'm not going to sit here and mess with it except for to talk about in 1994, in X-Men number 25, Magneto ripped the adamantium out of Wolverine's body. Thankfully, his bones had only been laced with the metal rather than replaced entirely. It was soon revealed that he'd been born with bone claws, though without the metal, they were no longer unbreakable. Now, this throws a whole wrench in the coming back no matter what happens. Because they say, thankfully, he was laced with them and not born with them, because if he'd, or not completely replaced, because if they'd been completely, what they're implying is if they had been completely replaced,
right? But his bones
set right.
His bones repaired just like the rest of his body, which means if he breaks one, if he breaks a bone claw, it's coming back.
In 1996, after a year and a half of bone claws, fans were starting to get anxious. Finally, events were set in motion for his adamantium to be replaced in Wolverine number 100. In a cruel twist, his body rejected the bonding process and he was transformed into a noseless beast instead. See, they screwed up all kinds of stuff with that. In 1996, noseless Wolverine soon began wearing a headband or a bandana over his face as if that looked any less ridiculous. Fan reaction was so negative to the storyline that his transformation was quickly swept under the rug after less than a year and never mentioned again.
My favorite is probably the one on the left right here.
This one?
Yeah. X-Men Evolution. It was the brown costume from... What year did they do the brown costume?
It says it right there.
From 2000. No, scroll up. The original brown costume was right there. 1980. Created by John Byrne.
Oh, you want to read that one?
Yeah. He wasn't a big fan of the bright yellow costume, so he introduced his own in Uncanny X-Men number 139. A year earlier, he'd removed the flesh-tone sleeves from Wolverine's arms, making his arm hair visible even in costume.
Fair enough. I like that. I like this as a decent infographic. Like, it's really, really good. Which costume had the longest run? The brown costume was there for 127 months.
And the least used one
was the X-Force costume for 58 months.
Well, at least...
Guys, we got some people in the chat saying that they feel left out because they're not a big Wolverine fan.
Let me
tell you, I'm not a big Wolverine fan. However, if you stick around towards the second half of the show, we're going to talk about a lot of different stuff.
And the way we're going, that will be hour 2.
Apparently. Not really. We're almost there. And actually, we're there. The last thing in the long box today is we've got the top 10 Wolverine villains of all time. Not the last thing.
This could be interesting. He has really good villains.
Not the last thing. We've got one movie review to read.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and drop that into the dock, and we will get to that. So we're going to hit start, right?
By the way, I'd like to say this portion is brought to you by Newsarama because damn, they love lists.
Yeah. Number 10 is Wendigo. Do you want me to read them or just go?
Just go.
Okay.
Ogun?
I don't
know.
Ogun was Wolverine's mentor in the art of ninjutsu. He was also a telepath capable of controlling the minds of others. Wolverine first met Ogun during World War II, while the latter served in the Japanese army. Sometime after meeting Wolverine, he fell in with the Yakuza, becoming a villain in the process.
Viper. She is also known as Madam Hydra.
That made sense to me earlier.
Yeah.
Has had her share of run-ins with all manner of superheroes as one of the world's most dangerous terrorists. Daken. Wolverine's son.
Also known as Akihiro.
Was Wolverine's son from a brief marriage during World War II after his mother was killed by the Winter Soldier in one of his earliest missions. There goes Captain America screwing shit up again. He was rescued by the mysterious manipulator Romulus and placed in the care of average parents, Akihiro suffered much ridicule from others in his village who called him Dakin, which means mongrel, a nickname derived from his mixed heritage. I want to read all this because I don't know anything about him.
Okay. When his adoptive mother became pregnant, Akihiro, now fully owning the name Dakin, slew her son and accidentally killed her as well, leading his adoptive father to commit suicide. Dakin was then taken in by Romulus, who eventually led him on a quest to find his father and get revenge.
Dakin also spent a brief period as the first of Norman Osborn's counterfeit Wolverines in his Dark Avengers team until the events of Siege, when he left Osborn's employ and formed a new Brotherhood of Mutants. During his iteration of the Brotherhood's conflict with X-Force, Wolverine drowned his son, ending his life and the chances of reconciling their relationship. Dakin is returning, however, it's comics, in the pages of Uncanny Avengers as one of the 4 Horsemen of Death under the Apocalypse Twins.
Huh.
Wow. Okay.
So, what you're saying is they won't let anyone die.
Apparently.
The Silver Samurai, who's featured in the movie.
Okay. Number 5 is Hulk. We don't need to read that.
Who is Hulk again? I'm not sure if I understand
Number
who that
4
character
is Cyclops.
Oh yeah, they hate each other.
I'm thinking this probably comes back from AVX mostly.
They've hated each other for years.
But Cyclops isn't a villain.
It doesn't matter. It's his greatest villains.
Okay. Number 3,
Gorgon?
Tommy Shishinoda. Was this guy Japanese and I just don't know it?
No, he just spent a whole lot of time in Japan.
Chime in Japan, huh? You totally screwed that one up.
I'm turning Japanese.
Tomi Shishodo was a child prodigy, composing symphonies and creating accomplished works of art. Before the age of 10, he also had a dark side, attempting suicide and eventually manifesting the mutant power to petrify people with a look.
After joining the ninja cult known as the Hand, by killing his entire family and then himself to prove his worth, the Hand resurrected Shishido, quickly sending him through their ranks and eventually into Hydra, which was founded by members of the Hand. Huh.
Wow. Number 2 was Lady Deathstrike, which she is in the movie.
She was in the other movies.
Is that the chick with the
Kelly
claws?
Hu. Yeah.
Oh. Lady Deathstrike's father was
Part
the man
cyborg.
who invented the process of bonding adamantium to the skeletons of living beings. Blaming Wolverine for the theft of the scientific breakthrough, Deathstrike has long sought to kill Wolverine and take the adamantium from his bones. And number 1,
Sabretooth.
Ha ha ha.
Which his history is so absurd these days. Sometimes he's his brother, sometimes he's his father, I think, once or twice.
Wolverine may be the best there is at what he does, but Sabretooth is the best at being bad. Trained as a killer by the same Weapon X program that gave Wolverine his adamantium skeleton, the man often known as Victor Creed is Wolverine's true opposite, a cold-blooded murderer with all of Wolverine's powers without Wolverine's staunch code of honor.
The rivalry between Sabretooth and Wolverine began when Sabretooth seemingly killed his lover, Silver Fox, on Wolverine's birthday. How does he even know when his birthday is? Sparking a long tradition of Sabretooth tracking Wolverine down on his birthday to torment him. Ha! I did not know that. Sabretooth's attacks aren't simply physical. He also makes it a point to mentally torment Wolverine as well, drawing on his long-time issues with memory lapse and false programming to even convince Wolverine that Sabretooth was his father. Ha Though this
ruse didn't last.
Okay.
Though Sabretooth has occasionally joined with the X-Men and in the Age of Apocalypse universe was even a hero of Wolverine's standing.
Really loved Sabretooth in that series.
He always reverts to a savage, sociopathic, violent demeanor. And like a bad penny, even when he's thought to be truly finally dead, he keeps turning up. Sabretooth is Wolverine's ultimate nemesis, and no one is truly safe while he still lives. We've got a guy named King1455. He says, "This isn't Minecraft, and nobody likes you guys. Go die." So let me say this to anybody who goes in other streams. If you see King1455, be sure to ban him from that room. So, yeah, for those audio ones, y'all are probably going, huh? Guy just jumped in our chat to be a jerk. Alright, so we need to move on. We're going to move on to the coming attraction. All right, we have a Nerbs reviews, and that's our nerds and noobs mixed. That's you guys. You're our Nerbs,
You're
apparently.
mixed.
I'm gonna let you read. This is your buddy.
A friend of mine at work, Daniel Hall, he actually went and saw it. Amazingly, he saw a movie before anyone else this time. He says he will do his best not to drop any spoilers, and it's the non-3D version, because who needs schnicked right in your face? As an unofficial member of the Merry Marvel Marching Society,
I don't know what that is.
I do, unfortunately.
You're a nerd!
I have been a diehard fan of the X-Men for a long time. Pros. This movie, while taking great liberties from the source material, stayed true to the feel of the story. Hugh Jackman did a great job as always, and the rest of the casting was quite good as well. The pacing of the story was good. Didn't feel too rushed to get through it, though it only takes place in a short period of time. Special effects are what you would expect and don't detract from the story. Opening sequence was one of my favorite parts. The cons. The only casting choice that kind of threw me off was Viper. Nothing like I expected.
Which one was Viper?
The Hydra chick.
Madam, whatever her name was?
Yes.
Okay.
I lost my train of thought.
Overall?
Okay, his overall good entry in the X-Men movie series and definitely worth seeing on the big screen. FYI, for everyone that does see it, stay through the credits. It's worth it. Excelsior. Not shitting. He put that in there. Oh, and I should mention that anyone scared off of my X-Men Origins should not take that experience into this movie. Night and day, these movies are. Really, Daniel?
So thank you, Daniel Hall.
Not to mention, he threw a Star Wars Yoda thing in there. Night and day.
Oh.
You know, night and day these movies are.
What was the Excelsior one?
That's Stan Lee's thing.
Okay. So thank you, Daniel, for that. That's the only review we actually have. So I'm glad there's good things that from people we know.
I'm gonna try and check it out this week.
We'll see. There's other movies I want to watch, and he's about to delete that, which means I need to scroll up. So all right, and what else is in coming attractions? Wolverine is number 1. With 55 million, or at least this is what, as of the last when we put this information in.
So, second was The Conjuring. Who gives a shit? With 22.1.
Third was Despicable Me 2 with 16.
Turbo.
I'm sorry, that was not that good of a movie.
I liked it. I
didn't like it that much.
Turbo was 13.3 million.
Grown Ups 2, 11.5. I've not seen it, and I really wanted to see that one. Tune in next week. We will bring you a whole new month of movies for coming attractions. So
the list will go up.
I plan on seeing Kick-Ass 2 whenever it comes out.
It comes out this week. So Spencer says so right there.
Yep, I saw
right
that.
there in the chat right there.
All right, and I do believe
that's our Wolverine segment.
That's it for Wolverine now. Woohoo! Thank you to the producer. We'd like to give him a big round of applause for putting all that stuff together for us.
We'd like to, but we're just not gonna.
Yeah, it is what it is. So, next up in our lovely talk, and I'm losing my voice. How sad is this?
Because you've been doing this for a year, fairly sad.
Yeah, probably. We've got the comic of the week, and this week's comic was the Batman Superman #1 by Greg Pak, art by Jay Lee and Ben Oliver.
This has been begged to be read by our own Spencer.
You go.
Okay. I read it twice and don't know what the F it was about. All I know is Batman and Superman meeting early on.
From what I gather, for some reason, Batman knew who Superman was, but Superman didn't know who Batman was.
I think he got warped into another time.
Which one?
Superman.
Okay.
Because he had like the t-shirt and then the cape, which makes me laugh.
Can you sew a cape onto my t-shirt?
But like at the end of it, if you look at it, it even shows, the art shows a different Batman from earlier in the issue. Okay. And so I think it is I think that Superman, the younger version of him, gets kicked into the future somehow because he knows Clark, but Clark has no idea who Bruce is.
Okay.
The art...
I hated the art.
The art throws me off because I love how he draws people.
Nope.
But the backgrounds are bizarre.
Nope. I did not like this art.
They were so bizarre.
At all. If you want to see the kind of art I like, you should go check out Teen Titans Volume 1.
What, did they sponsor the show this week?
That's just the kind of art I like. I didn't like. Okay, so here's what I'm going to say about the art. The art is what I would consider to be art. Like,
So it's
I
more
would walk
artistic.
Yes, it is more artistic. To me, it's not very realistic.
I beg to differ. I mean,
That's what I say.
The human form in the artwork was excellent, in my opinion. It was absolutely beautiful.
Okay.
It was the set pieces and the backgrounds and stuff that took me out of it. Bad. Like, I couldn't focus on a lot of the story because of it.
Yeah, and apparently, like you said, you've read this twice. I read it once, kind of skimmed through it, and like, the story doesn't make sense. Like, there's no begin. I mean,
Well,
here's my question: Is this a post something else?
No, it's supposed to be the young version of those two meeting as Batman and Superman. Although they've already done that in Justice League, but
True that.
they meet as they meet they meet as Bruce and Clark, and then Clark starts fighting and then gets thrown into the future somehow, and there's Bruce, and he starts trying to beat the crap out of Bruce.
Because he's
As
crazy.
Batman. Yes, it was trying to show darkness. I got that. I got that a lot. It had a Sandman feel for me.
There was some things I liked. There were some panels they were split. Like they'd have this big half.
Like an arcing
Yeah,
shot.
the arc shot where you'd have several shots of Batman on one side, several shots of Superman on the other side, and that was actually really neat. I liked the way that was drawn. I liked that concept. I liked the way it was done. That part was cool, but just overall, I just didn't like it.
In the chat, Spencer is right. The reason Clark ends up there is because of Wayne Enterprises' murders.
Okay.
And, I don't know who the character is, but Catwoman has ended up possessed, and she's, wiping people out.
Yep.
I like the Catwoman.
Yeah, I like the
Catwoman was really good. There were parts of the art, unfortunately.
Thought that was mute.
It was. That's an alarm. Dun, 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 dun.
Totally throw a wrench into that shit, why don't we?
I'm still not going to bag it, because there was a lot of parts of the art that I really did enjoy. There were just other parts that really threw me out. I was saying, if you've read Sandman, the backgrounds to me just kind of felt Sandman-ish, and this could be a completely amateur way of thinking about it, but that's where I went. That's where my brain went for my experience.
All right.
And I loved Some of Sandman. Some of Sandman was really cool.
You're talking the stuff from Neil Gaiman?
Yes. It was just... The art and the story wasn't there for me. There wasn't a lot... I always talk about how comics can be too wordy to me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if there was enough in this for me, to be completely honest. There wasn't enough of what the hell am I reading.
So unfortunately, to wrap it up, unfortunately for me, there are good points to this book, so I'm not going to give it a nothing. But I'm probably going to give it a 4 or 5 out of 10.
That's your thing.
Because I didn't get it. This is not going to be something I buy. It may not even be something I pick up anymore, except maybe if you get it in a trade in a year, then maybe
Another thing
I'll
that
read
took
it.
me out of it, and I don't mind changing artists, books wise,
Right.
1, 2, 3, but 4, 5, and 6 were different artists. This changed artists 15 pages in,
Yeah.
and I think they did it to portray an art style to help portray the story,
Right.
because that was somewhere around the time when Clark ends up in the future. I'm assuming is the future, but that also kind of.
Yeah, like I said, I give it a 4, probably a 4 out of 10. I just didn't like it. Some people may like it. I'm still new to the comics again. As you can see on my desk here, I've got a few trades I've read.
Green Lantern!
How many of them are Green Lantern?
I'm not leaning up to look.
I gotta ask.
I crushed my finger last
See,
time.
that's Batman, Nightwing, Grant. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 of these are Green Lantern.
Anyway, I'm going to go with a 5.5. I can't put it at a 6 because there wasn't enough.
It doesn't feel like there was enough meat on the bones.
That's a great way to put it. There was not enough meat to the story and the art.
Like I said, art
took
like
me
it.
in and out.
I didn't like the art.
Okay,
comic book style.
Okay.
As far as just something cool to look at,
Oh, definitely.
great art to look at.
Takes you out of the story, though.
But it does not work with the story at all.
Okay.
So, for me, I would suggest you go read Teen Titans Volume 1.
Brought to you by the show, apparently.
Alright, so we're going to move on to our new verses. And if our lovely producer would give us our options for the week. New verses this week will be the All-American Americans. Superheroes that bleed red, white, and blue. Who is the All-American American? I go Luke Cage. Isn't he pretty much indestructible? And I mean, you can't get more American than like trying to help the ghetto get to be unghetto.
In honor of something I watched today, I'm going to go with Colonel Guile.
Oh, wait, from Street Fighter?
Yes.
You watched Street Fighter today?
I did.
Alright, so I'm going with Luke Cage, because Luke Cage is essentially indestructible.
For those of you that don't know, sorry, Noob Versus is a part of the show that we do that we wanted to pit anyone against anyone and see what you guys thought.
Now I have a problem with you picking Colonel Guile though.
Why?
Because in the movie, the guy that plays him is not American.
Jean-Claude Van Damme? No kidding. However, in the game, super high blonde hair, American flag for the tat, roundhouse kick, roundhouse kick, roundhouse kick, roundhouse kick.
So now,
what was your favorite character?
Now, unfortunately, I don't know everything about the guy Luke Cage. So, like, does he have an actual power?
I'm not helping.
Somebody in the chat,
I am not helping you with this.
Can help me out with something other than the invulnerability.
I'm not helping.
If that's what it is, it's probably that and super strength. If I had to guess.
Yeah.
With that alone, I'm pretty sure you're going to lose.
I don't know. I think Guile is an experienced fighter.
Hey, how are you, Ken? How you, Ken? It's not the wrong character, I know, but still. What was his uppercut? There was like an uppercut one for Guile. Sonic Boom. Was his the uppercut?
Yeah.
No, that was Ken's.
No. Ken had the roundhouse kick.
Then that was Ryu's. The uppercut was Ryu's then. He also had the Kamehameha. Guile had the Sonic Boom.
I did, however, get in an argument with a guy at work today just because he talked about it. He was like, so the guy who plays Ryu is the guy from Ninja Turtles. And I had to nerd out on him. I felt very bad doing it because I had to disagree with him. Because it's not.
Who played Ryu? Wait, who was
Bernie
the Ninja Turtles?
Something?
Okay, so I'm being told, only near impervious skin and superhuman strength. Still, superhuman strength versus Sonic Boom. I'm pretty sure you're going to lose.
Nope.
Okay, so everybody, here's what I need you to do. You need to go to nerdandthenoob.niceboard.com and go and vote there. You can go to Twitter and vote there, or you can go on to the Facebook and vote there. We'll have a link in the description for everything. Please go vote for Luke Cage.
We're going to have voting where?
Where?
Hadouken!
Hadouken! Alright, so we're going to move on to, we've got a little bit of trailers this week. These are for you to go and click. We're not going to sit here and watch them. But there's a Arrow Season 2 trailer, which was amazing. Black Canary shows up.
The next one. 47 Ronin, which is Keanu Reeves as a samurai. Like, hey-ya.
There is no, like, spoon. God help me. The guy should have never played the Matrix movies. Ever. And Spencer Sheehan, or Han.
Is it said like hand or Han Solo?
He found Lego Marvel Superheroes gameplay.
I've seen a little bit of this. It's really cool.
I want to see. I still want to see. I saw the trailer for the Lego Movie again.
Oh, it's so funny.
So it looks good. Yeah, I'm Bill.
I will be taking my son to see that. Although my favorite part is, what is it? God Lego sitting there going, "I have gathered together the greatest of us," which includes Superman, Gandalf.
He's telling us it is Shihan. So, all right. So that brings us into the short box. So we're only about an hour into the show now. Seriously, this has already been an hour. First things up, we've got DC news. Some big time Arrow bullet points. Now here, unfortunately, I still have to watch the end of season 1, so this screwed with me a little bit. But apparently updates. Oh, this is from Comic-Con.
Let's see if she's still in here. Alice, are you there?
This is from Comic-Con. Arrow panel reveals season 2 spoilers. Bronze Tiger, John Barrowman, and more. Go for it.
John Barrowman is back at CDC. He joins the panel, but it's left unclear whether Malcolm Merlyn will be returning to the show. He says if asked, he'll gladly come back. That's why I did it.
Well, if you're a Whovian, you know who Barrowman is.
I'm not a Whovian.
He was in Doctor Who for years.
I know.
He was also part of the spin-off show that I can't think of what the name is.
Torchwood.
Yeah, thank you. Brown Tiger and Brother Blood will also appear in season 2. Michael Jai White will play Bronze Tiger, and Kevin Alejandro will play Brother Blood.
I know who Brother Blood is. The Suicide Squad will appear, including Bronze Tiger. And Deadshot will return because we've already seen him.
Was Deadshot the one with the eye?
Yes.
You know, when I first started seeing,
remember we bagged on that.
Oh, horribly!
But
it made sense. Once they did it. Let's see. As previously confirmed, Felicity Smoke makes improvements to the Arrow Cave. That's in part of the trailer. She goes, "Yeah, I did some upgrades."
He's going to take a journey to take the Hood and transform him into Green Arrow. Can we both have a...
That was a little cheesy in the preview because he's like, I don't want to be the what is he?
The vigilante.
The vigilante anymore, or the Hood. He goes, well, what do you want to be called? And he's got this arrow, and he looks at a green arrow. I'm like,
I'm still waiting for the pointed goatee. I agree with you. The pointed goatee I need.
That's too old. Yeah, I mean, because I pictured that one, like the goatee one, being like mid to late 30s.
Okay.
Colton Hayes is going to go through his own island ordeal in season 2 to mold him into sidekick material.
That's basically their
Red
Arsenal.
Roy Rogers.
No. Roy Harper.
Roy Harper. Who's Roy Rogers?
Old cowboy?
Let's see. Paul Blackthorne's character is now a beat cop. I don't know why, so nobody tell me. He apparently got an emotion from detective.
David Ramsey's Diggle will be introduced in the pages of DC Comics and officially become a character. That's impressive. In one season, he's
one of my favorites.
He was liked enough. Like, in one season.
Felicity is hot. The Merlin people are all cool. Diggle, awesome. I mean, he is so cool. He got to wear the hood at one point.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Right? What is it we got here? One of the things we're doing this season is we're telling the beginning of the Black Canary story. He says the first version may not be Laurel, but stresses that it's the beginnings of that character story.
I like Laurel.
Laurel's hot. I like how... Because I don't think Black Canary started out as Laurel.
No, it was her mom.
Well, either way, still.
And her mom is gone.
No, she's not. She came back.
Did she?
Yeah, her mom was also from Doctor Who. She was River Song.
Wait for the plane.
Oh, it went over your head? Got it. And
still say it's her mom.
The panel closes on Death Show talk with producer Mark Guggenheim. Guggenheim.
That Gunningham. There are some of those letters are not even in the name.
Saying that the opening moments of the season premiere will clue viewers in on where Mana Bennett's character is heading in season 2.
Manu.
You know what? Bite me.
You can read regular words. I'll read the names from now on. Okay?
F-U. There, you can read the update. There.
That's not an update. It
It's
just
an update per the press release.
Michael Jai White, who is going to play the Bronze Tiger or Ben Turner, is going to be a member of the League of Shadows and the Suicide Squad. On Arrow, he'll form an unholy alliance with fan favorite China White, played by Kelly Hu. How can she not be a fan favorite in anything she
And another
does?
well-established character in the DC comic universe.
Sorry, I love her. I have a lot of loves. I loves to give.
Read.
Kevin Alejandro plays Sebastian Blood, drawing inspiration from the iconic New Teen Titans nemesis Brother Blood. Sebastian is an alderman who rises to power in the wake of the earthquake that
Don't know about
devastated
that.
Starling City in Arrow's first season finale. Blood's man of the people popularity instantly places him at odds with Oliver Queen,
Whose family he blames for the quake. That probably could have been Longbox if this was not... if this was not a Wolverine show.
Yeah, this show's going to go way over.
Justin Jordan confirms Superboy departure. This is the last bit of our DC news. And this is from Bleeding Cool. That guy needs to shave.
Let's see here. Justin Jordan had walked off of Superboy, but would remain on Green Lantern New Guardians. We also learned... hang on.
Of his new Image series, Dead Body Road. It was very much his San Diego Comic-Con, despite him not actually going.
And it just says, obviously, since he's still on New Guardians, it was a totally amicable leave. So, must have been...
So if you're reading the Superboy book from DC, be prepared. There's going to be a new... is this the artist?
Writer, I think. No?
I don't know who Justin Jordan is.
Moving on.
Moving on. That's probably a bad short box article. We're going to move on to some Marvel news. Cap 2, The Winter Soldier to be the bridge gap movie of Phase 2. Alright, and this is from comingsoon.net. This is one of my favorite websites. The connections between the Marvel films range from minute to grandiose, and it appears that... I can't get this to go away. It appears things might shift to the larger end of that scale by the end of Phase 2. Speaking with the Huffington Post, Captain America the Winter Soldier co-director Joe Russo spoke about his upcoming film and specifically its relation to the other films in Phase 2.
There's a very strong connection in the narrative between the events of the end of Avengers that drives this film, and there's a very strong handoff to Avengers 2 at the end of this movie. Why did you say film and movie? And Kevin Feige's whole thing is that this is the biggest bridge of all of the Phase 2 movies. It really is. It does involve the most amount of Avengers of any of the films in Phase 2, and it has sort of, there's a very big shift in the universe at the end of this movie.
What could this shift be? The creation of Ultron for Avengers, Age of Ultron. Let's see, and the rest of it is talking about they want to read the different stuff. So that's a cool thing. I like the fact that Marvel is keeping this in. Oh, actually, I'll give you a great real life example.
Okay.
I was at a customer's house the other day, Saturday, and we were Indiana Jones was on, so we got to talking about movies and sequels and things. And he said that he took his kids to see Iron Man 3. Mm-hmm. He said he didn't like it. He said his kids loved it. They thought it was an amazing movie. Blah 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 blah. And so I asked him. I said, "Well, why didn't you like it?" He goes, "I didn't understand it." And so that clicked with me. The only bad thing about these movies is you have to see, like for Iron Man 3 to make it any sense at all, you probably need to watch at least Iron Man 2 and the Avengers. Because the Avengers plays in 90% of Iron Man 3.
So what you're saying is that there's eventually going to be a box set that says the Marvel Movieverse.
I don't even say it'll say the Marvel Movieverse. I think it'll say it'll probably just be labeled the Avengers.
Ooh, marketing.
If you just let's say in 10 years we've got 12 movies, whatever. I don't know the number we would have, but I would just put it in a box and call it the Avengers, and you start from Iron Man,
Avengers Assembled.
Yeah, something like that.
Marketing.
And you start with Iron Man. You watch Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2, Cap, Thor, and then Avengers, right? Who am I missing?
Yeah.
They could probably drop one or two of the Hulk movies in there, but it's probably not necessary.
No.
Then, you know, you move on from Avengers to Iron Man 3, to Cap 2, to Thor 2, and you just keep rolling them in because that would be an amazing box. Can you imagine like a movie night like that? Like, all right, guys, we're gonna have a movie weekend and we're gonna watch the Avengers, and it's not just one movie; it's the whole thing. I think that would be awesome. If somebody finds that, I want it.
They have Phase 1 in the briefcase.
Right, but I'm talking later on. We're talking years down the road because eventually this thing will stop.
You think this timeline at least?
Yes, eventually they will cut it. Yes, I know it's a bunch of movies, but in 20 years we're not going to be seeing lines of comic book movies.
Right.
So I'm just saying, eventually that will work. The next story up in our Marvel news is Edgar Wright says yes, Hank Pym will be an Ant-Man.
How can he not be an Ant-Man?
You will read this one.
Okay. After Joss Whedon's statement that Hank Pym would not be appearing in the Avengers Age of Ultron, the question arose as to whether or not Edgar Wright's movie would feature the original hero or later versions such as Scott Lang or Eric O'Grady. Well, someone asked Wright that very question, and he gave a not very clear answer. Ant-Man will feature Hank Pym. All right! Hank Pym is Ant-Man at the beginning. He quits doing Ant-Man stuff.
And Vin Diesel becomes Ant-Man.
I'm going to throw the microphone at your face. And then one of the other ones comes in and steals the technology. Because one of the Ant-Mans is a crook.
I think Hank Pym became the crook.
No, he's a wife beater.
Oh, that's right. Go for it. Read it.
What did I say?
As far as the comic.
As far as the comic origin goes, Dr. Hank Pym became Ant-Man when he tested a shrinking ray on himself. Pym would later join the Avengers with his girlfriend Wasp. He alternated between identities such as Ant-Man, Giant Man, Goliath, and Yellow Jacket. The constant is that Pym is always able to shift between a normal strength at ant size and super strong at giant size.
So does that make him super strong at ant size?
Yeah, well, I mean, if you don't see him coming and then all of a sudden you get hit in the face.
That's true. Wright's test footage from last year's Comic-Con showcased his shrinking ability, so it remains to be seen if we will get Giant Man in the big screen version. All versions of Ant-Man Identity have referenced Pym, with Lang getting his persona after stealing it from Pym and O'Grady obtaining his suit from a S.H.I.E.L.D. locker. So there's actually 3.
Yeah.
It's safe to say that if Wright is keeping Pym, his proposed badass secret agent approach to the character may mean we are getting an all-new take on the Hank Pym character, or Pym will create Ant-Man, but may not be Ant-Man. Oh. No, I can see that. What if they bring him in as... What do they bring in Hank Pym?
No, Hank Pym's got to at least be him once.
Well, I'm sure he will be at
Not
least
to mention,
once.
it won't be a shrink ray. It'll be particles.
It'd be particles. I bet you, considering it's the Avengers, it'll have something to do with the damn Tesseract.
Next story is Glenn Close confirmed as Nova Prime. This was found by Lily Hamilton.
And this one is, again, I'm going to let you have it. This one is from GeekTyrant.com.
It's just become one of our favorites lately.
Yes, it is.
We do a lot of stories on here.
Go for it.
Even though Guardians of the Galaxy has been shooting for almost 2 weeks already, Marvel and Disney have just sent out a press release making it official. This movie is going to kick so much ass. That's an official press release, apparently. There are a lot of people that aren't familiar with this comic book property, but they are going to flip when they see what's in store for them. The stuff shown at Comic-Con was so freaking cool. Is that what I need?
Mm-hmm.
I think the newest piece of info to come out of this press release is confirming that Glenn Close is playing Nova Prime in the film. You quote this time.
From Burbank, California, July 23rd, 2013, Guardians of the Galaxy, the next epic adventure from Marvel Studios, has started shooting at the UK's Shepperton Studios. Directed by James Gunn of Slither and Super, from his screenplay with a story by Nicole Perlman and Gunn. The film will introduce audiences to a whole new side of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I'm doing my radio voice, leave me alone. The all-star cast
Good
includes...
thing you brought your radio face.
Chris Pratt as Peter Quill, a.k.a. Star-Lord. Zoe Saldana as Gamora,
Saldana.
Dave Bautista as Drax the Destroyer, Lee Pace as Ronan the Accuser, Michael Rooker as Yondu,
Karen Gillan as Nebula.
Two-time award nominee Djimon Hounsou as Korath, the Academy Award winner Benicio del Toro as the Collector,
John C. Reilly as Roman, and Glenn Close as Nova Prime.
So, let's see. Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige is producing the film.
Okay, we don't need... This is all the creative crap.
Oh, you're not nice. So, I'm excited about this. I don't know anything
actually,
about Nova.
Let's put it this way. For the first time in a while, they're going to put out something nerdy that I don't already have a bunch of previous knowledge about.
Uh-huh.
So I don't think if they do something bad that I will care.
Nice. Alright, so let's see. Next thing up is Fantastic Four film Moving to Louisiana, found by Lily Hamilton. Guys, we're going to move a little bit quicker because we're running at an hour and a half now. So we got, let's see, the Fantastic Four is headed to the Deep South. The Super Team reboot is moving production from Vancouver to Louisiana. A studio spokeswoman told Louisiana lawmakers recently killed a bill that would have...
No, she told the rap.
Oh, she told the rap. Louisiana lawmakers recently killed a bill that would have reduced the state's film production incentive program, keeping its generous transferable credits in place. That makes us feel comfortable sending work there, according to an individual with knowledge of the decision-making process.
Nice. So it's going in the Deep South. That's kind of cool.
I'm actually excited they're doing it. Does it have who's playing who?
No.
Casting on the Fantastic Four is yet to be announced, but the film is expected to begin production in September. Josh Trank from Chronicle will direct the film, which is slated for release on March 6, 2015. Wow. How do you start production on something with no cast?
Yeah, no kidding.
Who would you want to play Johnny Storm?
I got nothing. Let's
No.
move on. I have not even considered it.
Okay. Could a Venom movie be in the works down the road? Even if this says no, I hope it's a lie. Because I like to see it. Let's see. Producer Matt Tolmack recently chatted with Crave Online about his upcoming film, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. And at the very end of the discussion, he was asked about the long-gested Venom solo film.
Gestating.
Sure.
Crave Online said, I heard that the original plan was to incorporate Venom at some point as a solo film and then maybe tie him into the franchise later. Is Venom still part of your plan?
There's nothing formal, or this is from Matt Tolmack. There's nothing formal or official, but it's always been a dream to make that movie. We're just not there yet. Right now, we're sort of fixated on this. But is there a sense that down the road things are going to happen? Sure. This is a pretty decent article. We're going to leave it for you guys to read this. But I say they need to... I think...
Do you want to use the new version, Flash Thompson?
I would like to use the old version. I'd like a good old version of Venom.
How do you make a bad guy movie?
No. Oh, are they talking about making his own movie?
Yes.
Oh, yes. Then I definitely want to see the Flash Thompson version.
Okay.
Because you can't make a bad guy movie. It just wouldn't work in cinema, I don't think.
One piece of gaming news this week. Pokemon X and Pokemon Y gameplay footage has been released. I bet it's a little man walking around collecting Pokemon.
This is from Geek.com. Literally, that's it. There's nothing there.
There it is.
Oh.
We've known about Pokemon X and Y. The first Pokemon games coming exclusively to the 3DS since January this year. There's been relatively little in the way of gameplay footage released beyond a few official teaser trailers. They officially teaser trailer Pokemon.
They mainly
X.
show battles. Yesterday, however, over 3 minutes of new gameplay footage was released when the game appeared on Pokemon Smash TV show in Japan. If you ignore the annoying background noise from the presenters, it does include some new gameplay and environmental details. I might have to play that. Look at that gameplay. That looks amazing.
Yeah.
Wow, that looks so cool. Guys, all links are down below or in they're probably going to be in the
forum.
The forum
Under show notes.
So you can check them out there. That's the only bit of gaming news we got this time.
A little bit of movie news.
Jesus.
First up is, just real quick, this is sad because I actually thought he would be a good person for this. Sacha Baron Cohen has decided to not do the Freddie Mercury Queen biopic movie.
It says he's left GK Films untitled Freddie Mercury biopic over creative differences.
Did you think he wanted to make him naked the whole time and dancing?
Probably. Variety reports that Cohen left the project after disagreeing with producers over the tone of the film. He first signed on for the movie back in September 2010.
The last we heard about the movie back in October, a shooting schedule had been confirmed with Cohen in the role of Mercury that would enable the film to be released in 2014. As you can probably guess, it's pretty much confirmed we won't be seeing the film then.
This frees the star up to focus on his spy comedy. Blah, blah, blah. We don't like you anymore because you won't play Freddie Mercury. You're a giant
I don't really
douche.
like him anyway, but, I mean, he goes full character in everything he does.
Mm-hmm.
So if he goes full Freddie Mercury, that would be really cool.
Right.
Next up is a Rocky spinoff about Apollo Creed's grandson in the works. It says, let's see here, the plot outline for Creed, which is the working title for the movie, is raised in an upper crust home thanks to the ring riches earned by his grandfather. Creed's grandson doesn't have to box and his family doesn't want him to. Yet he has the natural instinct and gifts to potential that made his grandfather the heavyweight champion until Rocky Balboa took his crown in 1979. Creed's grandson needs a mentor and turns to Balboa, who is out of boxing completely and not eager to return. I'm kind of cool with this.
I'm actually excited.
As long as Balboa is not fighting, I'm good.
I'm completely agreed. I would actually like to see something like this because it depends on how they film it. Like I really enjoyed the Rocky movies until they got to the newest one.
Mm-hmm.
The newest one I think just sucked. So I would watch that again. Nice long article. We're not going to get all the way into it.
Do you want to argue about this one?
Jamie Foxx really wants to play Spawn and Mike Tyson. I don't know why both of these are in there. He kind of looks like Mike Tyson. I don't know.
I don't know. You think he could be Mike Tyson?
Jamie Foxx has a lot of charisma, and he generally seems able to translate that on screen reasonably well. I'm not yet convinced about his ability to play a wide range of roles, but he certainly seems to be shooting for some interesting ones that could test him.
In an interview over at movies.com, Fox revealed that there are two roles that he particularly wants to play. One is Spawn, and the other is the very infamous boxer Mike Tyson.
Fox isn't just tossing names around either, as he phrased his answer like this. Spawn is one, yeah, and Mike Tyson. Those are two roles that I would love to do. I'm aggressively pursuing them.
No, okay. I'll give him Mike Tyson. I think he'd bulk up, get the fake face tattoo thingy. Mm-hmm. I could see him do that. I don't want him as Spawn. Michael Jai White is still Spawn for me, and until the man is too old to be Spawn.
No, I think if they're gonna do Spawn, it's not gonna be Michael Jai White again.
I don't want it as Jamie though. No.
We got a little bit of news coming out of IGXPro.com. This is apparently they're making a Gran Turismo movie. Now wait, answer me if I'm wrong. Is that not what the Fast and Furious movies are?
I thought so completely.
Movie blog The Wrap is reporting that Sony Pictures and 50 Shades of Grey producer Mike DeLuca and Dana Brunetti have started pre-production on a movie based on Sony's most popular video game franchise, Gran Turismo. What could possibly go wrong?
I bet someone jumps out of a car going way too fast and doesn't get splattered.
Probably. Apparently, Sony Pictures thinks that a Gran Turismo movie is guaranteed to be a big success, given that the franchise is Sony Computer Entertainment's most successful video game series.
There's a reason. They're beautiful.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't think this translates at all into something else. No. And our chat is agreeing with this. 50 Shades of Grey connection. Everything will go wrong. Everything will go wrong. What else we got? Next up, we're going to move into some comic news. Fight Club. Okay, this is you. Go for it.
We have a story here. It says, Fight Club to become a graphic novel, but since you do not speak of Fight Club, we're just going to leave it at that. Moving on.
Links are going to be in the description below. This was found by Dave Townsend. But he's right. Just to screw with you people, you don't talk about Fight Club, so we're not actually going to read the article. Fist bump. Okay. Avenger news!
I'm not pissing off Brad Pitt. He now kills zombies.
True that. Agent Coulson not to be in Avengers Age of Ultron. I agree with this. Okay. He essentially died. Uh-huh. And according to us, we believe that him showing up in the new Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is actually a time travel thing. Was it something like that? Because one of us is going to go owe each other $10.
No, a trade. Did we agree a trade?
Oh, a trade. That's right. Even though Agent Coulson lives and is part of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., according to Joss Whedon, we won't be seeing him in Avengers Age of Ultron.
Whedon spoke to the Associated Press after he revealed Age of Ultron at Comic-Con when asked about the possible return of Coulson. By the way, can I just point out that the fact that everyone is obsessed with Coulson is the greatest thing to come out of the Avengers franchise ever.
Didn't he just start out in the end credit scenes of Iron Man?
No. He started out in Iron Man, but all he wanted to do was talk. He just wanted a meeting. That's it. I just need a meeting.
Let's see. What did he say?
He could. Right now, it's not something I'm pursuing because I have so much faith in Avengers 2. Finding out that Coulson is alive would be an entire B story, and I already have too much movie. That's better than the other thing.
I agree. If he's got too much movie, let's leave the Coulson thing out of it. They can explain that Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and if
he can always be the Vision in number 3.
Yeah. Oh, dear God Almighty. There's a lot of article in here. You guys definitely want to go read it. Because we're not.
Coulson lives.
Scarlet Witch will not be traditional Scarlet Witch.
I'm really worried what this means.
Joss Whedon says Scarlet Witch won't have her traditional costume in Avengers Age of Ultron.
The Vision will not be Vin Diesel!
Go for it.
Stop telling me that!
But he's got the head for it. Read for it.
It's the noise I have. I can't even... Yeah. No familiar headgear for Scarlet Witch in Avengers Age of Ultron, says Joss Whedon. However, the director and screenwriter does say her look will be a blend of both 616 and the Ultimate Marvel Universe. Scroll down a little bit and we get the Ultimate version. Oh, barely. What the hell? Anyway, some comic book characters keep their traditional look when they make the leap to the big screen, and others have a complete overhaul. It's too early to say where Scarlet Witch will fall in that line in Age of Ultron, but one thing's for sure, she won't have that weird headpiece. I think the weird headpiece would have been cool, actually. I mean,
I bet you there's an M somewhere on her clothing, though.
You think so?
Yes.
When asked specifically about it, director and screenwriter Joss Whedon stated, no, she might wear a headband or something that might echo it. The guys at Marvel, the conceptual artists, are phenomenal, and they are so good at taking the essence of what works and interpreting it for the actual human body.
And when they paint something, you can not only tell how it's going to work on a person, you can even tell what fabric it'll be. They're very specific, very talented. So I'm excited to see the designs. Obviously, we want to echo the look that people know, but there's the classic look and the Ultimates look. But you have to do it in a way that will work. But it can't be too old school. She can't wear a leotard.
No leotard, but I would kill for some, like, the leggings, though. Because she has the leggings in some of it.
Are you saying that you are a leg man?
Yes. That'll work.
Okay. Alright, so, Vin Diesel to be Thanos. Maybe. Would you like to read this story from IGN? He's not talking to me. What did I click? Oh no, it's the wrong article! Oh no, I don't have it! It's the wrong article. I have the Freddie Mercury article. Okay, so what would you think about Vin Diesel being Thanos? I actually might have screwed up a little bit because...
It's the wrong article. Les, don't post it. because it's the Freddie Mercury one. We're moving on.
No.
Vin Diesel talk. We agreed. Gentleman's agreement, damn it.
But what did you think about him being Thanos? It actually makes sense. You know, he's a big guy. How big is Thanos? 9 foot and 800 pounds? You know, add a few feet and give him some more muscle mass like The Rock. He kind of looks like Thanos. Paint him purple or whatever color Thanos is.
I'm going to have a stroke.
You just start twitching when people
Brain
say Vin Diesel.
aneurysm. No. I don't want him anywhere near my Marvel universe.
Oh look, there's a link here for me to click.
Damn it, Les.
Let's see, this is from comingsoon.net.
Damn it.
Vin Diesel has been the subject of Marvel casting rumors for a while, and he continues this weekend at San Diego Comic-Con that an announcement would be coming at the end of the month regarding his role. This, of course, has spurred even more speculation about which character Diesel would be playing. But when talking about it with Entertainment Weekly, Diesel might have put out enough clues to figure it out. I could tell you that Marvel was excited about bringing a different kind of relationship or love story. I guess kind of inspired from Dom Letty relationship from Fast and the Furious.
Because what other movies has he done?
Into the Marvel Universe. That leaves us with a few options, but the most likely of them...
It means that there's a possibility they're going to actually cast Death, and that opens up a whole nother thing.
But that what did you think? Death's father should be Vin Diesel?
Oh my god.
I think I just heard his brain pop.
Thanos is in love with Death.
Uh-huh.
Which is why at the end of the Avengers, when the character says to fight the Earth is to tempt death, or to court death, that's why he smiles. It's not because he's going to do it because he's, Thanos. It's because he loves Death. The character Death. The chick Death.
So you don't like Vin Diesel?
Moving on,
we've got a little chick news, and my wife was happy about this one. I don't even think I'm clicking on the article. I guess I will. Channing Tatum announces Magic Mike sequel and Magic Mike on Broadway. Apparently he just got bored of making movies and wants to be a stripper again.
I'd like to say that this movie is on your list is in yours collection, and it's not in mine.
I'm married, you're not. My wife likes him.
Well, read the article then. Go for it.
I can't read it. Further details as to how Channing Tatum ended up on the highest paid actors list for 2013. He's bringing his incredible popular movie Magic Mike to the Great White Way.
Thank you,
right.
Alice.
Magic Mike is coming to Broadway.
I've already been informed by several people they are going to New York just to watch.
And I have now closed that article because I don't want to read any more about it. Next up, we have some Star Wars news.
Star Wars The Clone Wars box set is set to release in October. Basically, this means that in October, whoever wants to buy it for me, it can feel free to.
Who would you like to read?
The Star Wars Clone Wars, the complete set, complete season 5, the final season, will release in... Well, that doesn't sound right.
The Clone Wars Season 5
this
Blu-ray.
is what we want right here. For those wanting to relive every moment of the epic series from the beginning, comes to Star Wars The Clone Wars Seasons 1 through 5 Collector's Edition, also releasing on October 15th, 2013 on Blu-ray. 14 discs for $150 and DVD 19 discs
for $119.
All previous complete season sets have been collected here for the first time with unique packaging. The collector's edition also includes a brand new 54-page art of the Clone Wars booklet.
I have no care to do that. I wanted to leave this one in. Star Wars Rebels logo and art revealed. I'm assuming this has to do with the movie?
No, Star Wars Rebels is what they canceled Star Wars Clone Wars for.
Oh, then I don't want to care about this that much. Oh, it looks good, though. Guys, we'll let you click the article because this is not what I thought it was. So, shit.
I was wondering why you wanted to keep it in there.
I thought it was movie stuff.
Finally, we talked about this months ago that there was a rumor, but John Williams has confirmed himself to come back for Star Wars Episode 7. That's a 7. It's a 7.
Let's see. Williams, whose career spans over 6 decades, has won 5 Academy Awards and has scored some of the most popular and critically acclaimed films of all time, including Jaws, the Indiana Jones series, E.T., Lincoln, and countless others. The composer joins a growing list of all-star creators, including director J.J. Abrams, screenwriter Michael Arndt. We forever tried to figure out how to pronounce that name.
Consultant Lawrence Kasdan and Simon Kinberg. You've been saying Kinsberg for like months.
Who are shaping Star Wars Episode 7, currently set for a 2015 release.
I think that is amazing because it's going to bring something from the old movies to something of the new movies.
Alright, so the question of the week last week. Oh, before I say it, that is it for the short box, guys. If there's any of those articles you want to go back and read,
check them out on the new forum.
On the new forum at nerdandthenoob.niceboard.com. Alright, and you're going to go and check that out. And now we're going to move on to the question of the week. Last week's question of the week was, what has been your favorite nerdy or geeky moment in your life?
I changed mine.
Okay.
A couple of years back, I started collecting the Green Lantern Volume 3, which was the
Kyle Rayner stuff.
Hal Jordan going crazy.
Right.
Because of one issue, I collected the entire run. And the day I finished that was like a big day for me because I started to read the whole thing at that point.
All right. I'm trying to think if I've even got one. I mean, for me, it was just a gradual. It just kind of happened.
I think when you started becoming Mango more than Michael was a nerdy thing for you.
Okay, that's a good idea. Actually, probably that. The day I decided to start doing YouTube videos. Oh! Better. I've got it.
Okay.
For me, the complete nerdiness set in when I was watching a Twitch stream from... it was a girl named Alyssa. Starry FX or something like that.
Yeah.
And I said hi in her chat. And I mean, I'm just small-time YouTube. And she, like, completely geeked out.
Fangirled on you?
Fangirled like crazy. And I knew then that I was a geek, a nerd, because people were nerding out because I played a video game. And I thought it was amazing. My brain just went...
Let's see. In the chat, we've got one. It was Shizzy's. Biggest nerdy geeky moment was when Shizzy discovered X-Men for the first time.
We got a couple answers from like Facebook and Twitter.
A friend of ours, Trevor Hudsphield on Facebook, said, at a Murfreesboro party with my long hair and long beard, I was called Jesus throughout the night and was demanded to tell a story. It started with, these are not the droids you were looking for.
That's an amazing start. Anthony Whitehouse says, back in 1995-ish, discovering the joys of a multi-user dungeon, don't know what that means, using the computers in my college library to play this German mud called Zolimer on my lunch breaks. It was the very first time that I had played a computer game against other humans that weren't in the same room as me. It was text-based and just your standard fantasy theme, but it was the first time I had gone online against other humans in a game.
Nice. Let's see here. A couple more in the chat. Valine? I can't say it. I apologize. Val says, when my friend stopped understanding 50% of what I talked about. That's a true statement.
Spencer says, mine would be when I saw Star Wars 3 with my dad. It was the first movie I saw in theaters, too.
Wow.
All right. Then we've got Clyde Frog from Twitter says Ultima 3 on the Commodore 64, opening up a whole new world of gaming for me. So that's old school.
Shane Miller, honestly, the day I got all the real life Marvel movies that are already on DVD.
Les, the producer, says my Nintendo playing games like Mario, Donkey Kong, Excite Bike, Double Dragon, and Contra. Also, the day I realized I was a lot like Captain America, brave, smart, and a leader, and unable to die.
I'm gonna shoot you with a time bullet and see you in 60 years.
Yep, I agreed. So those are the great answers for just like geeky moments, nerdy. Your nerd moment in history. We should get that too. Nerd moment in history. Well, we need a shirt that says, what's your nerd moment in history? So we're going to move on to question of the week this week. The question of the week is, have you joined our forum yet? If not, why? I'm just kidding. That's not the question of the week. The question of the week this week.
I know. I hate you all.
The question of the week this week is, what role do you think Vin Diesel should play in a Marvel movie?
I know what role. The guy that gets shot. Or stabbed. Or decapitated. The first victim of the next alien uprising. That's what I want. I want him driving a muscle car down the street in New York, and all of a sudden, boom. Dead. Done. I'm out. I'm standing up clapping.
So, again, the question of the week for this week is, what role should Vin Diesel play in Marvel? I know you hate me so bad right now.
Kick your ass.
Oh, that's a good idea. We should do a Nerd and the Noob movie and then cast him as you. You'd be okay with that, wouldn't you?
No!
Oh, sorry.
I wear t-shirts. He wears white shirts. That's all he wears. A white shirt. All the time. I have hair. He's bald.
Oh, that's so good. Alright, guys. So, that's the end of our show this week. I want to say thank you for joining us this week. I've lost my voice. In the midst of this show, I've lost my voice.
Alright, so let's go into social media.
Oh, that's your God. You go for it. My head's
If you would like to get a hold of us any way, shape, or form, you can start by emailing us at nerdandthenoob@gmail.com. You can reach us on Twitter or Facebook. Both of those are Nerd and the Noob. You can get our individual Twitters. The Nerds, Greg. Mine is gman0184. The Noob, Michael. His is at Mango IRL. Almost went old school on that one.
There you go.
You can, like I said, follow us on Facebook. You can come to Twitch every Sunday, twitch.tv/nerdofthenoob.
8-ish.
8-ish, Central Standard Time-ish. If you want to try out our new forum, we've said it a couple times today, it is nerdandthenoob.niceboard.com. Please, everyone and anyone is welcome. Please just come hang out. We have a PayPal or a donate button on every
social media.
Every social media account. If you just look at the top, we're looking to try and expand the show a little bit, get a better camera, get maybe another mic, headphones, something to make the show better for you guys, because we love doing this for you guys. And
with that being said, if you have suggestions of something that would make the show better, there is a feedback section on the forums, so please be sure to check that out. Or please be sure to check the feedback section out and let us know if you've got a suggestion.
And as always,
my suggestion is professional grade wireless mics for each of us,
so we can scream and they can hear us that much better.
Yes. Just saying. Just saying.
So, as we always say, we love you guys. We love hanging out with you guys every Sunday that we possibly can. We do have the 50th episode coming up in a few weeks. And we're planning on a 2-hour show, regardless of what we find. We're going to do a 2-hour show. We're going to try and
maybe we'll read like a review like mine from Teen Titans Volume 1.
Good God.
Oh, wait! My list is here. Why don't you put it underneath? That way I can't grab it anymore.
Now it's brought to you by Green Lantern Hal Jordan.
So, guys, thank you for coming to the show, and we'll see you next week. Peace
out. Oh, Jesus. Good show.